Ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da.
I don't know the music. Hey everybody, welcome to We Have a Podcast, and as usual, we don't have anything of consequence to talk about. But
Right? But I did learn something about 20 minutes ago.
Okay,
About
what'd you-
Ronnie.
Oh gosh.
About Ronnie. Why we're friends. We have something in common.
Okay.
We
I don't
both
remember.
think that folding laundry is the worst
Oh yeah.
household.
Because I don't understand. So in fact, my Facebook post from that memories or whatever that always pop up,
Mhm.
and I think it was this week sometime, but like from years ago, and it said people who have children under the age of I think about like 2 or something, under the age of 2 and can keep their house clean and do laundry have to be witches. Like it's got to be voodoo or something. And I was like, it's still relevant, and my kids are not that young. My kids are older, but still, they're still like terrorizing my house.
Well, okay. So my sisters, they both love folding laundry. It's like their favorite chore. They love, like, kids are in bed, or house is calm. They'll pull up the laundry basket and they'll put on a show, and they'll watch their show and they'll fold their laundry and
like just on
and
the
then
lap.
put it away. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's just a level of. I mean, I don't have that kind of level. I mean, if you've come to my house, chances are there has been laundry on my table. Like where we eat, there is going to be laundry most of the time. There's laundry there right now. Which is
that's
why
I asked.
Which is like, I'm like,
I did laundry for 2 hours today because I knew people were coming over, and I didn't want that. I was like, I'd rather have stinky toilets than have piles of laundry, because I know there's things in the laundry that
yeah,
it's not just folding the laundry, it's putting it away. So I have a question for our tens of people in the office.
The tens. We'll just refer to them as the tens.
I want to know, one, what is your least favorite household chore? And I'm talking to the men
and
too.
why is it laundry?
2 men, and yeah.
And why is it laundry?
And then what is the chore that you just really enjoy and don't mind doing?
I don't think
I have an answer.
I don't have one that I'm like, this is the best ever. I don't think I just don't think there is one.
I think honestly,
maybe wiping the counter, like
it's that satisfaction of just having that clean counter and no gunk on it.
I can get behind.
I like that.
But again, kids. I mean, like, when does that ever happen? I will say this with laundry. So we live in a house where like our bedrooms are on the second floor, but our laundry is on the first. And so I think the most awkward thing for us has been like having our kids like either clunk, 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 like go down the stairs with their laundry basket, or what we affectionately call raining it down. And so they'll just like, shake it from the top floor and just let it rain down to the bottom floor. And then we'll sort it and do all that. But the kids do their laundry themselves. Like they'll
meaning they shove it in their drawers.
Well, yes, but they fold it and they put it away. It's like, that's not as bad. But their laundry sneaks into our laundry because they use, okay, this is the other frustrating thing. We have extra bathrooms in this house, and yet everyone uses the same bathroom. Why? And so their stuff sneaks into our stuff when I'm like, this should be in your things. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
No, I feel that pain. Our old house, we used to have it upstairs. My husband's like, I'm gonna build a laundry chute. Never did. And I was just like, that's such a waste of resources just because the laundry. He's like, he always tries to come up with some sort of thing like, this is gonna solve the laundry issue. I'm like, nothing's gonna solve the laundry issue because
we are the laundry issue. It is us. I threatened to cut a hole through a floor upstairs that dropped into a closet because I wanted a laundry chute, and Ken was like, do you realize how many children we have coming through the house that would absolutely jump through that hole? And I'm like,
I would jump through that hole. That sounds like so much fun.
We would have to have the fire department shows up and Aaron's like sticking out like this, like the woman in the well, Oh gosh.
No, but in the movie Annie, where she gets covered up with all those sheets and like they're hiding her.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds like so much fun.
Okay, but I will say this. We have had to call the fire department before. This was when Evangeline was 3, I think. So like 7 or 8 years ago, we had a friend who invited us over to his very nice apartment in New Orleans. You remember this? And within 3 minutes, we were like, let's play hide and seek. It was a really nice place. Let's play hide and seek. And so we're playing hide and seek, and she closed the door to the bathroom, and the bathroom door lock malfunctioned, and she was locked in their bathroom. And it was like one of those things where like the hinges weren't visible, so we couldn't just take the hinges off. And then a lot of places have like a screw that you could take the doorknob, like all of the things that we could have done couldn't be done. And the little hole, like it was broken, so you couldn't put anything in the little hole to make it open, right? Like that had malfunctioned. And so we had to call the fire department, and they had to chop the door down. And she screamed, she was little, sweet baby. She was terrified because we had to be like, go hide inside of the tub and close the curtain in case something flew or whatever. Oh my gosh. What a dramatic thing for a child to have to go through. And then I felt terrible because I had to be like, so my friend's name was Heath. I was like, yeah. Heath, we had to chop your door down.
And they haven't spoken to him since.
And he was like, that's what insurance is for, which is ironic because my husband sells insurance now. But back then I was mortified. I'm still mortified, to be fair, that the fire department had to chop down a friend's door. But, I would not, all that to say, I would not want you to be stuck in a hole in my floor and have to call the fire department and show up and be like, so this is my friend Erin.
I think that would make a great story.
It could be our next podcast.
I'd be like, I'll get stuck. It's okay.
It's totally fine. This happens all the time.
It
all
does.
The time.
I do come home a lot and go to my husband, okay, I need you to know this before you find out from somebody else. Well, it's always something that I said or did, or just, I get really curious. I don't have a whole lot of shame. And I do end up putting myself in situations where most people who have normal brains, I guess, don't. I think even people who have weird brains don't. It's just
spicy. We're just a little spicy.
I do end up having these adventures. So today, I wanted to throw that question out there about the laundry or chores because, why not?
Yeah.
And I have kids too, and they're terrible at chores.
And everyone has to wear clothes. Well, I mean, it is frowned upon not to in our sweet little community. So why don't you introduce what we're doing today?
Well, okay, so I was given this game, but I hadn't really opened it, and I was like, oh, it's like just I don't know what it's called. It's just I wish I didn't know. And apparently, and it has all these things that has all these questions or information or facts that are a little risque. I didn't know how bad the facts were. And I was very, very, okay. I didn't want to know that. And so some of these, we've PG'd it.
Yeah, we've gone through it.
Maybe PG-13'd it. Because we found some questions in there, or some that we can have fun like answering or learning about really weird things that we wish you didn't know or I didn't know. So nothing of consequence. Yeah. You will not learn anything that will make your life easier.
Yeah.
My job
it's going to be great. The next 5 to 10 minutes is going to be awesome. All right.
So while you're folding your laundry,
and they have on YouTube and on Facebook, you can speed this up. You can make it go quicker.
Yeah,
there's a button. I don't know what it's called on YouTube. I know it's like the
can you slow it down? I should just do this like the Matrix. Slow. Make it look like you're slowing it down, but you didn't. I don't know.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm a little delirious.
All right, I'm going to start reading them, and we're going to see if there's no way that people know this stuff in real life, right?
Okay, go.
Want to dazzle your friends with pointless information?
Okay.
Tell them the sleeve on the outside of a coffee cup has a name. It's called and I want you to guess which one. I don't know the answer either because I've covered it up. Cannikin. A, cannikin. B, zarf. C, ratoon. Or D, slide. So cannikin, zarf, ratoon, or slide.
Zarf. I'm saying zarf because it sounds like a scarf. And you put a scarf around your neck.
It is a zarf.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like a Pokemon name. Doesn't it sound like a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Zarf. Would you like to try to zarf?
or like, I caught a zarf. Okay, it's a rare. answers.
Okay, so this one I'm curious because I didn't look at any of the
Okay.
answers. What is Barbie's full name? Okay, I'm going to give you the options. A. Barbara Brilliantine Anderson. I might be mispronouncing all
Okay.
that stuff. B. Barbara Ann Smith. C. Barbara Millicent Roberts. Or D. Barbara Jacqueline James.
Okay, I'm going to say Barbara something Roberts. And the reason why
Okay.
is I think, because I have a daughter, and she has watched some of the Barbie stuff, and I think I've heard Roberts
Oh, okay.
mentioned.
All right, let's see. It is C. Barbara Millicent Roberts. You're right. I knew Jacqueline seemed too modern.
I am.
And Smith seemed too generic. And Anderson reminded me of Pamela Anderson, and that would have been too on the nose for Barbie.
Yeah, it's true.
So Millicent Roberts made sense.
Okay.
All right, we're going to the next one. There's nothing more relaxing than a warm bath or dipping into a hot tub to relieve sore muscles. But can you guess how many people, on average, die in bathtubs and hot tubs each year? Okay,
Oh,
here are your options.
that's
125, 335, 420, or 705.
I'm going to say the highest number, 705.
The answer is B, 335.
Oh.
Look, I almost baked myself this past year because we have one of those soaker tubs and they turned it into like a shower enclosement.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like you have to like really get in there. And I had the door closed and I didn't think of it. I didn't think anything of it. And like it was hot. I had to get my daughter to come and open the door, like the door, because it was just like a sauna.
I
mean,
bet
it was
she
insane.
loved seeing all that glory.
She did. Well, it was a lot of bubbles. It was like movie kind of amount of bubbles. Like I had really done it up.
My kids have seen a lot of.
My kids
My
have
glory.
not. My kids have not, which I'm thankful for. Which of the following animal hair is not used to make paintbrushes?
Oh, I need to.
Okay.
I don't know this. Okay.
Is it squirrel, mongoose, ox, or camel? Which do they not use for paintbrushes? Squirrel, mongoose, ox, or camel? I can't even think of what a mongoose
I'm thinking
is.
of a mongoose. It's okay. Being
is
from
that?
Hawaii, it's like a squirrel. It's like
Okay.
it's I think it's a rodent. It's in a
in the
rodent
rodent family?
category because when in Hawaii, they're all over Hawaii. They were brought into because there was a rat problem. Because when
They eat rats?
no rats were brought in by the I guess the sailors. There's
Yeah.
when Hawaii was discovered by James Cook, they brought in diseases, and it wasn't a
So
good time for
mongoose
the
came
Hawaiians.
along at the same time.
There came a rat problem, I think, for the boats, and they brought in the mongoose to
To fix the rats, to
rat
eradicate
problem.
the
Now,
rats.
but the thing about it is the mongoose went after the goose eggs, and they have this rare goose there called the nene, and it's the Hawaii state bird, and they were going after the nene eggs. So
no.
it was a terrible. So mongoose are like squirrels in Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the answer is camel.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Had nothing to do with it. I just couldn't picture what a mongoose was. All
They're
right.
cute, but they're a nuisance.
Yeah. Like the Nutra in Louisiana. In a study conducted by neuroscientists, the most irritating sound that upset humans was found to be,
All right.
is it a knife on a bottle, which
Okay.
in what case,
Okay.
what scenario would you do that or hear that?
Knife on a bottle.
A fork on a glass, nails on a chalkboard, or a baby crying? Which one?
Baby crying.
I'm going to say nails on a chalkboard. A knife on a bottle. Why would there be a knife on a
Is
bottle?
it like ting 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 ting?
Oh, that. I'm like thinking of like like scraping. Okay, yeah, it says knife on a bottle. It's kind of random. All right.
I mean, I'm not saying a baby crying because like, oh, baby crying. I just think that people who are not accustomed to kids will be like, if a baby's crying on board, like, shh, be quiet.
No, on a
You
plane
know,
or
like,
whatever. yeah.
When you're a parent and you're around it a lot, you kind of numb it out. So when a baby does cry, you're like, oh, baby's crying sad. And then it's just life.
Yeah. All right. What about between 1973 and 2011? Which of the following accounted for more than half of the 46 deaths caused by melon-related food poisoning?
Wait, what?
Melon-related food
Okay.
poisoning. Which melon was it? Watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, or horned melon?
Honeydew.
Okay, it is cantaloupe.
Huh.
I don't understand why you would get
I
food
would
poisoning
like
from
that to be explained somehow.
that. Yeah.
I'm saying honey. I love two of those. I can eat all day is watermelon and honeydew.
Yeah. All right. What about in the 19th century, every coffin was installed with one of these devices in case dead people were really only in a coma or suffering from paralysis. I think this was my favorite one that I found. Okay, was it a horn, a safety bell, an interior light, or an escape hatch? Which of those do you think is the most logical?
A safety bell.
I'm gonna say a safety bell as well. Let's see. It is. It's a safety bell.
So smart. I'm so smart.
So like a bike
Like-
horn.
I'm alive. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, I was kidding.
Passerby.
I mean, honestly, if I lived in the day and age who did that with coffins, I would literally install a bell
Yeah.
in the cemetery just to mess with people. They're walking, saying goodbye to the loved ones, and just ring the bell with a string.
And, oh my gosh. Of course you would. Okay, so laughter is the best medicine, but laughing too hard can kill you. Which of these fatal results can be brought on by chuckling too hard? Is it, I don't know what this is or how to pronounce it, but it's gelastic seizures. I'm
Okay.
guessing maybe a doctor or someone in the medical profession can tell me if that's how you pronounce it. Choking, an asthma attack, or all of the above.
Oh, all of the above, because
Because you can choke and have an asthma attack for sure. Whatever the other one is, I don't know what it is. I guess we could look it up. But yeah, it's all of the above.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. I have a very obnoxious laugh, but when I find something extremely funny, I laugh so hard I cannot breathe. I do have asthma attacks when I laugh too hard, and it is and I can't breathe, and I'm like, that's probably how I'm going to go out, is laughing. I mean, it's not a bad way to go out, but it is one of those things. If I'm stuck laughing, and those who have known me have seen these episodes where I cannot stop.
Are you the inappropriate laugher, Erin? Like the person who you should not be laughing right now, but you laugh. So
Yes.
I can't tell you details, but I have been serving on jury duty, and something happened and caused me to chuckle, and I was the only one that chuckled.
I would have chuckled.
And I was so embarrassed because I couldn't hold it in. I couldn't hold it in. Now, most of the stuff is like awful, terrible, whatever. But this one particular thing, I giggled and I was like, read the room, Ronnie. Read the room. You know?
I haven't been chosen for jury duty. Honestly, wouldn't mind. I think that would be kind of fun.
That's what most people say. I got chosen 5 times this past year. I got 5 notices in the mail that they wanted me to come. And I was like, stop loving me already. Oh,
I thought once you serve on a jury.
Well, now that I've served, I have it's 2 years.
Okay.
It's 2 years from the last day of when I served jury duty. So my sentence is what is it called? My sentence, my service is done, but it's 2 years from that time.
Okay.
So that'll be good. 2 years. So, but everyone who does it said they really enjoyed it. I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot, but it's really fun.
Yeah. I don't know why people are like, oh, I'm going to do jury duty. I'm like, oh, really? I like judging people. I tell people all the time, please judge me, because I really enjoy judging you, because it says, like, if you don't want to be judged, if you don't judge people. I'm like, no, it says don't judge people, but unless you want to be judged. I'm like, judge me, please.
And so,
because it's so much more fun for me to be like, that was very interesting. You're guilty.
Yeah, we're putting ourselves on the internet for people to judge us. So
Yeah,
I think
true.
it's a little too late for that.
Yeah, frizzy hair, post brain surgery.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, anyway, thanks you guys for tuning in, and as always, we have a podcast. See you later, guys.
Ba 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 da da.